I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, I must apologise for my strange eye attire. My eye is so swollen and irritated inexplicably that it's so swollen that it's actually swollen my cheek as well. And this is where I perhaps wish I was a cosmetics channel and I could suggest to myself some marvellous concealer. But I think it's beyond that really, so I think I'll just have to resort to a pair of shades. And actually the world's quite nice through these tinted glasses. I might just keep them on actually. It's quite a nice rosy view on things. And there's lots of other things on my mind and pressing onto my attention. And particularly today, what's on my heart is to talk about practice partners. Oftentimes, when we are starting a new habit, we're trying to start a new good habit like walking or going to the gym or eating healthily or all these sorts of things, or if perhaps we're trying to kick an old bad habit, we're often advised to have a buddy, like a support partner. By having this gym buddy or walking partner or just a general sort of buddy, as it were, we then have accountability in our actions. And why not adopt such a mentality for our practice as well? Because we want to commit to time on our instruments. We want to give the time to these things, but very often the thing that we want to do is the very thing that we don't do just because it's harder, and we tend to opt for the easier habits and easier things first. And so if we get ourselves a practice partner, we've got encouragement, we've got support, and we've got accountability. There are lots and lots of ways in which we can adopt this. The simplest method is to just ask somebody, ask a friend or a family member to just kind of keep an oversight on what you're doing. And if you're not doing it, just sort of check in and say, well, have you done this? And if not, why? If there's a good reason, like for example, I can't see and so I can't read the music, I'll have to do that another day. Well, okay, you're off the hook. But if it's just because, well, do you know what, I didn't bother, I just sort of flicked through my phone or, I watched TV or something instead, then it's somebody to say, oh, come on now, get back on track, come on, let's keep on the rails, this is what you want to do, so just do a bit. And so perhaps the easiest way that you can do that is just a very simple practice log. You can download one of these from my website. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you can download a practice diary sheet. And it's a very, very simple format, because if you're not careful, and I know that I've done a vlog on this, so I'll put a link in the cards and the descriptions. If you're not careful, you spend so long mapping out your practice log that you're not actually doing your practice at all. But if you just work out a system of what you're going to do each day and then write down when you've done it and then show it to your practice partner, and you can say, look, I've done this, and say, okay, super, great, well done. And then you can have a big smiley face at the bottom. And it's all good. And that's the other thing about having a practice partner, is somebody to share the little celebrations. We've got to celebrate these mini victories in life, I think. It's so hard sometimes to get through each day and do all the things that you want to do. However, if you want to be a little bit more technological about it, there are so many really helpful, useful apps. So you can have an app, say for example Trello, where you've got a bulletin board of your checklist of things to do each day, and both you and your practice partner both have access to that. And so your practice partner can see when you've checked off what you need to do, and they can be like an oversight, like that good conscience on your shoulder, just saying, oh yeah, done that, yeah, I see she's done that, well done, I've seen that they've done that, well done, that's good. I know that there are also apps where you can have music teacher sort of oversight apps where your music teacher can check in and see what you're doing each time. I don't do that. I just feel like that's a little over much for my role as a tutor. And I hand that role over to parents to oversee the practice. Or if you're an adult, you can sort that bit out yourself, really. It's enough with me peering over your shoulder every week, I think. But there are apps where you can have somebody looking over your music practice schedule as well. There are probably so many more out there. You can perhaps advise better than I on that. So do put it in the comments below. And I think it's a good idea to have that network of support and encouragement, and just actually checking through the list in itself is really good motivation to just get done what you need to do. I know that sometimes on these apps I really like to see all of the ticks appearing, and if I get to the end of the day and there's not the big green tick to say you've done all of your tasks for that day, I feel really dissatisfied with the end of my day. It just seems like an untidy finish to the day, and so I much prefer to have that check, check, check done. However, it's a good thing to also think, do bear in mind, it's not just enough to have a to-do list. Sometimes you need a not to-do list. And the reason for that is you could perhaps, for example, say, right, well, I've done 10 minutes, 15 minutes music practice. Yeah, legitimately, you can kind of check that off the list, and then you can wander off and spend 3 hours watching TV because I've done my music practice for the list, and that's fine. And it's like, well, that's not really in the spirit of the endeavour, really, is it? And we need to make sure we don't do certain tasks. For example, read your book, watch TV, do your knitting, whatever it is that's your relaxation at the end of the day. You can't do that until you've done the serious amount of work that you know is required on your instrument. So perhaps have your checklist going down in order, and you can't do one of these time-consuming tasks that are easy until you've done the substantial amount of work that you want to do on your instrument. Because after all, we play music because we want to. We're getting these checklists together and we're looking for a practice partner because we want to, and we want that support and we want that encouragement to keep us on the right tracks, to keep us focused and to keep us motivated. So I do suggest that you consider taking on a practice partner. Ask a friend if they're interested in the subject, so much the better, but they don't really have to be informed. They don't need to understand what it is that you're doing. They just need to see that I need to do these tests or checklists or exercises or whatever it is. I need to do these, and I need you to see that I'm doing them. And perhaps you could support each other, find somebody you could both check on each other as well. So just something to bear in mind. Have a think, would a practice partner be helpful to you? I certainly know it's helpful to me. Thanks for watching. Bye.